That's fine. All right, all right, all right. So, I just
Hi,
might.
Selma.
Hi, Soma. How's it going?
It's going. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm just out on the seas right now. Um,
Out on the seas. Ugh.
yeah,
Motion sickness.
playing Sea of Thieves. I'm just
Yeah,
coasting on my boat.
I've been watching people stream that. Okay.
Yeah,
Pirates be pirating, you know. Thieves be thieving.
I mean you're 100% right. But right now, I'm just on a private server because I kind of wanted to talk because there's a question that kept on popping up in my head, and I was like, let me just ask a couple of people, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And the question was, you know, what's the value of friendship? Like, if you were to think about it, just like nowadays, it feels like there's no such thing as friends anymore. And I was wondering, was it just me, or did you kind of feel the same way?
In a sense, I kind of feel the same because I also have been in friend groups where they can be interactive and involved, and then something happens and they literally just dip out. Like that friendship didn't mean jack diddly squat.
hmm
It's happened recently with a couple of people. So I'm starting to feel that way for sure.
So, with those people, have you known them from a long time, or was it like a recent thing? Like,
I would say a few months.
a few months.
There is another person that I've known for 7 years though that has not responded to me, but they get very frustrated when people don't respond to them, and I'm giving them a taste of their own medicine.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Because as I'm sitting here just going through everything and this, that, and the other, I came across another person that I was talking about you to another individual, right? So I
Uh
kind of
huh.
told her about your past and everything else. And then she told me, like, you're a really good friend. And I was like, how? How would you make that assumption about me based upon something I just told you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then it got me wondering because, I come across people a lot and they keep on telling me this. I never quite
Because you are a
understood
good
it.
friend, homie.
Yeah. But then that's why I asked the question, like, what's the value of a friendship nowadays? Because if anybody consider they did one good thing for somebody and then you consider that a good friend, then do friendships truly have meanings? Or is this like a run of the mill type of thing? You know what I mean?
I mean, if you're talking about our friendship, like for instance, for example, okay,
hmm
there have been a lot of ups and a lot of downs and a lot of sticky situations and a lot of um, emotional roller coasters as far as, this or that. You
hmm
know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna,
Yeah,
yeah.
I understand.
But at the end of the day, like, I still would, in a very tough situation, come to you and say, hey, man, what would you do, or what's your take on this? I haven't had any of those situations in a long while now, which is why I haven't, but like, I would still seek that because at the end of the day, you are one of the most level headed people that I know, even though in your own head is an entire chaotic field of the doors go to nowhere and doors go to places that other doors also go to that don't make any sense. But
You're not wrong.
but that's neither here nor there. I would still come to you because I know at the end of the day that you are still a good baseline for a moral compass as far as, yeah, you can see why somebody did something and it's not necessarily right or wrong that they did it, but in that situation, such and such, yada yada. So I
Yeah.
value our friendship because I know I can still get I mean, it might be a little biased, but you'll tell me it's biased and you'll tell me both sides of it. You'll tell me the biased and the non-biased answer of
Yeah.
things. Like, I'm your friend, I'm going to say this, but if I didn't care about you, this is what I would also say. So, because you say that a lot.
You're not wrong. But at the same time, though, I'm just like, I just feel like the grounding of conversation kind of generates people to grow. You know what I mean? And
It does.
I feel
It
like,
causes growth.
yeah, and I feel like because of social media, people having a hard time taking
They're not
responsibility.
connecting.
Yeah, is that what it is?
They're not connecting. Because of social media, they are not connecting. The minute you have a fight with somebody, doesn't matter if it's your partner, your parent, your sister, your friend, your brother, your cousin, it doesn't matter who it is.
Mm-hmm.
If you have an argument or a disagreement, you get really heated up, you get really mad,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to distract yourself because your brain needs to release the calming hormone. And I don't remember what it's called. So people typically turn to social media because it's an escape. They don't have to deal with oh, my cousin's pissed at me because I did this, or because I did that, or my girlfriend's mad at me because of da 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 da, or my boyfriend's mad at me, or my mom's mad at me, or whatever. They don't have to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
So then they're not actually processing the connection. They're not processing their fuck up. They're not processing the raw emotion that a situation caused them to feel, because people don't want to feel emotions these days. They don't want to process that shit. They want to shove that under the rug and go on about it, hanging out with their online friends and their online people, pretending like nothing's wrong. People don't take a step back because of social media now. They don't focus on their partner. They don't take time out of their day to focus on the little things their partner does, or the little things their parents do for them, or the little things that a business or a company or whatever does for either employee, brother, sister, mom, dad, parent, whatever, because of social media, because it's an escape. I purposely, because I know social media is an issue, we incorporate my boyfriend and I into our daily lives of like an hour and a half where we don't touch our phones. It's when we eat dinner. We don't touch our phones. We eat dinner. We watch our episode, our anime, like a couple episodes of anime or something. We eat dinner together, and then we shower together. And the only time we touch our phone there is to put on music, and then we shower. Like, we don't play our video games during that time. We don't talk to other people during that time. We don't answer our phones. We don't look at nothing. We just spend that in time in the moment with each other on a daily basis, because those are important tools and important times and important stepping stones in any relationship, regardless of whether it's a romantic one or not.
I understand that. But then, like, when I think about it all, right, like, just like the things that we have been through and the things that I've seen you go through, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just wonder, like, is it truly like worth it? You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, finding these people and trying to take them as like friends or associates or whatever you want to call them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, with just the way that the society is now, is it really worth it trying to get a friend?
I guess the truth in that would really be in the person's belief, because if you believe that it's a waste of your time, you're not going to do anything about it. If you believe that it is worth your time, you're going to do something about it. If you value somebody, you're going to do something about it. If you don't value them, you could give a fuck less. If you're somewhere in between valuing and not valuing them, then on one hand, you value them, and on the other, you don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's too much effort, because it's not a yes or a no, it's a middle area. Most people don't want to fuck with that effort no more, because people's lives are too, they might be simple, but they're too, what's the word for it? They're too stressful.
Yeah.
as is. So somebody who is teetering on if it's worth it or not worth it might not decide to do anything with it or focus on it too much because their life is already too stressful and they don't want to add something to their plate when they're already going through an emotional tool dragging, like an emotional bag dragging thing already. So like me going through therapy, I cut everybody out because I couldn't handle therapy. I couldn't handle my kids. I couldn't handle where I was living, and I couldn't handle my job, and I couldn't handle my friends on top of everything. I had to cut things out 100%. And did that hurt relationship and hinder them? Probably, but I had to do it for me.
No, I understand that. Because I know that when you was going through therapy, I wasn't, for the fact that you was going therapy, I was fine with it, right? I was happy for you. But that time period before you was going through therapy, bro, let me tell you.
Yeah, it was
If you was my child, I'd
we
have
don't
spanked you.
we don't need to go into details, but that was a whole hot mess. That was a hot mess.
Yeah.
I don't even think hot mess is the right clarification for that, but we'll go with hot mess.
You're not wrong. I just thought, like,
But hey,
what's up?
I'm doing good in my relationship. I came to visit my mama. I washed her dishes for her so she didn't have to do it when she came home. Putting others first. I'm taking care of me. I'm taking care of mine. I'm doing it all, and it feels good to do it.
That's good. See, that's
But
the important thing.
I hit bottom and had to go to therapy to get here.
I mean, you're not wrong about that one.
It took therapy to get me here. It took therapy to get my head screwed back on right. So, whether it's worth it or not to reach for friendships, how stressful is your life? That's what I'll ask you.
Yeah. But that's the thing, though,
Because
right?
I'm just going to say this right here. If you decided to say, hey, Soma, I can't be your friend anymore. Not right now. Okay. I'll take it on the chin because you have taken so much on the chin for me and you've been there for me. And you were there when I had to close people off for myself, for my healing, for my well-being. You stood there. You were still there. You might have been mad, but you were still there. So if you decide to say I can't be your friend right now, okay. It sucks. I don't want to lose that friend group because I like playing video games with y'all. It's fun.
Yeah.
But if that's something you have to do for you, then do it.
I got an important
You're the
question,
only one that can.
Would you cry?
I almost feel like I'm gonna cry right now if you want me to be honest.
Why are you finna cry right now?
Because I don't want to not be your friend, only.
Oh, no. Don't worry. As far as I know, you're not going anywhere no time soon.
No, I don't want to not be your friend. I'm just saying if you needed to take mental time because you needed to do you, then you need to do you and you got to do that. I can't stop you.
Nah, I got through all that for the most part. I had to do a little talking to Kai and then, a little talking like with just myself, really. You know what I mean?
You had to brainstorm with yourself. Got it.
Yeah. And then the timing of it all was just absolutely terrible. You don't even know.
It's garbage. I don't because I didn't know what was going on in your life.
Yeah, bro, it was.
And I still to this day don't know what was going on in your life, but bygones, I suppose. And I don't need to know. All I need to know is that you're all right.
Yeah. Because let me tell you, bro, it was like, because I do therapy too, right?
Yes. You've been through some therapists, but that's not you. That's them. They're dumb.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So I think during that time period, I just got a new therapist, right? So you're starting over from scratch. On top of you starting over from scratch, right? You had your personal problems that you was dealing with, the emotional connection of other people, like, and I was swatting females, so you already know. I was trying to get
We
someone
don't
out
know
my
what
life.
you're doing now, so.
Oh, right now?
That ain't nobody's business.
right now. No, I think I'm in a comfortable spot right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like before, I was kind of like, I
No, but for real, when are we gonna play Monster Hunter again? We'll be gone for a week. We gonna be gone. We're not gonna be back until next weekend. But he's gonna be dead tired, and he's. I don't know if he's gonna do anything Sunday when we get home.
no, I understand that, but that's not a real question, right?
That's a Kai question because Rogue pretty
Mm,
much down whenever. It's a Kai
Yeah,
question. I know.
yeah, it's a Kai question
It's a Kai question.
because I,
So I don't know if you're done asking questions, but I hope that clarifies, or I hope that helps your data.
yeah, that one, I like that one. Ooh,
You like what one? My interview?
no, I like the question. I like the answer that you gave me, but now,
Oh,
now I got a more personal one, right? In the
oh
relationship that
Lord.
we have, right? What do you think is missing?
Yes. I think we don't hang out as much as we used to anymore. Honestly, I think we don't talk enough anymore. And that's not just a you thing. I know that's two sided,
Hmm.
100%. So I'm not pointing any fingers. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Um, from a standpoint, I think that we don't hang out much anymore. Um, I think my life has been too busy in a sense that I don't have enough time, or I feel like I don't have enough time, but I probably do have enough time. I just haven't made the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh, because all the things we've been through, I know there have been apologies. I know there have been soulful answers to things. I don't think that's it. I think all that's out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just we, since we've gone through all that, have not hung out enough to get back to a norm.
Yeah, but you have to understand, you did your book, right? And then you started making music, and you started doing this, and you started doing that.
Yeah. Well, hey, my music's fire though, okay? It's
All right,
fire.
send it my way. I'll be the judge of it.
Oh God. The
You already know how I am. I ain't gonna lie to you.
judge, the jury, and the executioner, man.
Yeah.
But it'll be on all
Mm-mm.
major platforms August 1st. It'll be on Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, Pandora, iHeartRadio. It'll be on everything.
Look at you trying to plug your stuff into my video. Ain't this a mess?
Hey.
Not even gonna ask me, just gonna straight up plug.
No, but see, I'm telling you, I ain't doing nothing. No, that's a lie. Um,
Mm.
anyways, but yeah, no, I am planning on making more 100% at some point because I actually vibe with it. Yeah, I actually enjoy doing it. I feel because I can emotionally connect to the things I'm doing and the songs that I'm making, and like I feel like I'm actually connecting to it, and I feel like I can speak through it, and it actually clarifies my mind. It helps me. So,
No, I understand that.
all
But now I'm
right,
sitting
judge, jury, and executioner. Do you have any more questions?
here. And, off the top of my head, nah. You know, I do enjoy the conversations that we have, especially when we can find like a topic that's kind of deep, and then sit there and talk about it and how long it goes. But I do appreciate you spending that time with me and having this conversation. I just want to let you know that.
Absolutely. Let me know if there's anything else I can do for you as far as these go.
All right, I got you.
But
So currently, right, I'm on Sea of Thieves. All right, I'm gonna pop the stream for you real quick. And while I was on Sea of Thieves, I came across just an awkward question, right? So I was talking to another girl, right, and I was telling her about like me and Soma and our relationship. Not the full detail, right? like, when she was going through some hard times, I was there for her type situation, right?
Did you start recording already?
Yeah, I started recording it already.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't sure if we started.
No, you're good. So when I was talking about it and everything else, she she told me that, like, you're a really good friend. And then it got me thinking, like, two things. One, what constitute as a good friend, right? And two, like, is it really worth trying to find friendships nowadays? So let's, like, just because of how people are, and, like, the stuff that you're going through in your personal life and the stuff that I'm going through in my personal life, I'm trying to figure out, like, in your personal opinion, you know, what constitute a good friend?
Well, for the second question, because I feel like I have more of an answer for that one. For the second one about is it even worth having friends, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes, because all you need is like one good friend to like help you through things. Nobody's perfect. Let's just get that out of the way. Nobody is perfect. You're never going to find the perfect friend or the perfect person. You're just going to find someone that just connects with you and says things that maybe you don't want to hear at the time, but need to hear it later on, type of thing. Because I wouldn't have gone through my situations if I didn't have at least a handful of people that were willing to like go above and beyond for me. It did open my eyes to see the people who wouldn't, who I thought were close friends and ended up disappointing me. But in the
Mm.
end, it's better because you weed out the ones that, weren't worth your time, did not protect your peace.
I understand that. But then my question is, right,
Mm-hmm.
like, as you go about these people and you start to weed them out,
Mm-hmm.
how, like, what was the deciding factor for you? The thing that's like,
Um,
okay, this is why I'm no longer going to hang out with you. Was it something like, oh, I don't want to hang out with you because, every time we hang out, it was just all about you? Or you just never listened when I needed you to, stuff like that?
it was one of those situations where it's like, did you add to my happiness and peace or did you subtract from it?
Okay.
Type of thing. Was I, because everybody's different. In my personal experience and opinion, it's like, did this person add anything to my life or did they subtract? Was there a lot of taking? Was there like any type of balance in it? It just felt like, for example, they could be going through something and then, I show up and I'm there, put their needs before myself. But then when I'm going through something, it's like my needs don't matter, my feelings don't matter. So what is the point? What did they bring to me? Not saying that everything has to be like you're expecting stuff, but it's a relationship is give and take. And my basket only has so many apples for people to take.
I can
Gotta
understand
preserve
that.
some apples.
I can definitely understand that. And so then my question is, right? What would you constitute as a good friend?
Balance. There has to be a balance. I have this childhood friend, and like her and I always go through so many crazy things. What makes our relationship work is that there's a balance. We could both be going through mental breakdowns, but it takes a big person to like stop and analyze the situation. Like, who's going through it worse? Is it
Mm.
me or is it her? And most of the time, well, all the time, we're able to like just stop and analyze who's going through it the worst and who can set aside their feelings to be there for that person. So my friend and I would always like do that, and that's what makes our relationship work. Because right now we got to fix this boat to get across to the other side of the island. Once this boat is fixed, we can fix the cabin. Like type of situation. Yeah.
So what you're telling me is that one of the things that constitute as a good friend for you as an individual is the ability to take the time to help somebody else, even when you're struggling yourself. Kind of like a situation where if you're drowning, you're willing to hold your hand out and be like, "Hey, look, I got you."
Listen, it's like that Titanic thing. That door was big enough for two people.
But don't you think the extra weight will make it sink?
It's science. You get on one side and then you're on the other side and it keeps it afloat.
Fair enough.
It works even with the floaties.
I mean, you're not wrong, but still. Mm-hmm. Then let me see. What else did we talk about? Oh yeah. Another question that I asked was, in our relationship, what do you feel like we're lacking? Like in our
Ours?
friendship? Yeah, in our friendship.
What we're lacking?
Yeah. If anything,
Oh,
you could say nothing at all.
Well, we're working on communication.
Yeah, that's a really big one for us.
Yeah, because I feel like at times we punish each other for the past, for like past mistakes that we make instead of moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that we're both working on. To not keep bringing up like past mistakes. You know, it's like, oh, but you do this. Yeah, but I haven't done it in like 5 months. You're right. Okay, so then don't bring it up. It's like we've moved past it. We are able to laugh about it though. But I do know that that's one of like, at least for me, that's one of the things that like gets me. It's like, okay, stop bringing it up. I stop bringing up yours. Stop bringing up mine. We're moving forward. We're growing. We're learning. We're human. All humans make mistakes. But the important thing is that we're learning from them.
Yeah, that is true.
What about you? How do you feel?
Personally, I just think that in time, it will get a lot better for us, right? But we will start to understand each other a little bit more and then start to develop better communication. But just being honest, I only known you for like a year.
Of course, and it took you a while
Yeah.
to even consider us friends when you, even though you kept acting like a friend, but you refused to admit it.
Yeah, like,
we're not friends.
I'll tell you like this.
Always checking up, always like being on top of things.
What you have to understand, in my eyes, I did that stuff because I always known you as Kai's friend. You know what I mean? And for the people who are like hanging out with my people, I always look out for them. Like there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. As long as you're cool with somebody that's in my crew, if you need something, I'm going to be there for you. I'll probably be the first one. Not your friend.
Yeah. No, you don't have to. It's the truth. You didn't give me a chance to breathe.
Yeah. But in some situations, that's probably better for you. Because, you know, life gets stressful. You know what I mean? And then, like, when you're sitting there dealing with everything, you feel like you're completely alone and nobody want to be there for you. And then at times like that, that's the best time to start, like, you know, unconditionally messaging the individuals, talking about some, yeah, nah, you're not alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it depends on the situation.
Yeah, that's true. You're not wrong on that one.
Because it's like right now, let's say, you know, like I was just your friend and you introduced me to another friend of yours, and then I just start talking to that friend and I don't talk to you anymore, and I don't like come to you like I normally did.
I mean, I understand that, but in my mind, I already know I work different. I work weird. So to me, I'd be cool with it, right? Because I know at the end of the day, even though we don't talk as much as we used to, I know that if I still needed you for something, I can still rely on you, right? Because whether or not we talk a lot, it doesn't really bother me, right? It's all more so with me. It's about, okay, cool. This habit did change, right? But can I still rely on you? That's what's more important to me, just as an individual. Um, Let me see. What else do I have in my head that I can just cook up real quick? Like, ooh. For the people that you want to consider friends, right? What would you consider a good way to show it?
Good way to show that they're a good friend.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, it depends on their love language because, like, for me, I personally, my love language was words of affirmation and quality time, but
Okay.
everybody's different. I mean, your situation, yours is also quality time. So you like spending time, you like doing activities together, you even like just sitting here in silence together. So the way that I show you that I appreciate you is spending time with you, whether it's be watching anime or like me taking over your computer and causing havoc, or just chilling.
Yeah.
That's how I show you that I appreciate you. And then like my other friend, for her is quality time and physical touch. So she likes spending time together and hugging. So I would give her more hugs. Um, and then we'll go out and eat somewhere or just explore. Like sometimes it's not even about going to a restaurant and spending money. Sometimes it's just sitting outside in the backyard on the grass, just grounding ourselves. But the whole point is that we're together. And that's her way. I'm not an outdoorsy person, so I really do care when we're outside. So if we're outside, I must really care.
I
And
understand that.
also getting me out of my comfort zone, because I have a joke where Sundays, I tell everybody, Sunday, I don't go out on Sundays because it's the Lord's Day. I'm not religious.
No, I understand.
I
Sunday's a
just,
day of rest, and that's all you want to do.
exactly. Exactly. So every time somebody's like, you want to go out on a Sunday? It's the Lord's Day. I don't go out on a Sunday. So if I go out on a Sunday, I must really care.
I understand that.
But yeah, it all depends on like what their love language is. Somebody else could, maybe they don't like physical touch or quality time. They just prefer like acts of services or what's the other one? Words of affirmation. So then I'm good with words. I'm very poetic, so I and it's easy enough. Write a nice, long, beautiful, appreciative message and send them a little gift.
No, I understand that. Is there anything that you want to talk about, just in particular, or no?
No, I'm here for you.
No, I appreciate that. I'd like to thank you for showing up for the talk. It was very
Of
wonderful to
course.
have this conversation with you.
Of course, anytime.
All right, Kai. So earlier today, I was talking to Mel, and then I talked to someone for a bit, right? And we was talking about the value of friendship, right? And like how society is nowadays, is it really worth it having friends? And in your words and terms, what is a friend? Right? Because
Worth having friends.
yeah, just with how people are nowadays, it feels like everybody will just betray you at the drop of a dime.
Oh, see, that's it right there. The drop of the dime, the drop of currency, ooh, drop of a dollar. Price tag for
Mm.
everything nowadays, right?
All right, you need to break down what you're talking about.
Man,
Mhm.
look.
What's up?
Granted, because I'm gonna say this, that there are those people who do value friendship more than money.
Mm-hmm.
And there are people, women, who value their man more than the dollar, but we're talking low percentages, right? There's a price for
Mm-hmm.
everything. You look on. I mean, granted, you can say it's for the content, but if it's for the content, you shouldn't be said regardless, right? Especially if you really respect your man and some shit like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I seen some shit. I seen some shit about would you cheat on your man for $100? The girl was like, nah, and she was like, not enough. So the dude was like, oh, so what is enough? Well, she said like 10,000, 20,000, and I'm just like, man, listen,
Get down, bro. So,
like
so to some people, there's a limit.
some people, yeah,
Yeah.
there's a limit where you start looking at it like,
But do you think that's more common now? Because like with the way that
yeah,
technology is, I feel like there's no.
yeah, that's more common. You tell me how many people I'm gonna fly your bitch out here and live a lavish life for like 2 days, crack her out, and send her back home to you.
That's a wild ass statement, though. You know that, right?
Am I wrong? I
I
don't give a shit how wild it
mean,
is. Am I wrong?
I don't know. I think it's like I don't know, just from my personal experience and like what things that I witnessed. It's very hard to find somebody who wants to grow with you. You know what I mean? Like you're
Yeah.
gonna have your good, you're gonna have your bad, but it's very rare to find somebody who'll sit there and like understand that when you're in a
That work through
relationship,
you for the.
right? Yeah, you gotta work through it together. Now, I'm not saying that when you break the trust that you have to be like, oh, forgive them and then everything else. No, because you still gotta learn from your mistakes.
Hmm.
But I just think that there are some lines that universally should never be crossed, and that's just
I
one of
agree.
them.
Like I'm dumbfounded by the people who take people back after they cheat on them. Like, bitch, what, nigga, what?
Yeah, I think that's a mistake. Personally, that's just
They
me.
cheated. They cheated. Man, there's no respect to be had. I'm sure some relationships could come back from it. Okay, sure. Some, and by some, I'm meaning in like the decimal range. Sure, they can make it back. Yeah, everybody wants to have that little Disney story. Okay, cool, whatever. But that is the most disrespect you can do to your partner, just to cheat on them, and then have the audacity to expect that they should be obligated to take your ass back.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. Because the way I see it, right, as I'm just like going through things in life and interacting with people, I think that nowadays it's kind of hard to define what a friendship is. And that's why I was kind of wondering, like, in your mind, like, what is a friendship? How do you define like a good friend? Because a lot of people be like, yeah, we're friends or this, that, and the other. But what genuinely makes somebody a friend?
What do you repeat the last part of that?
So, in your words, right? What are the
Mhm.
requirements to be a friend?
The requirements to be a friend.
Yeah. Like, if you interact with somebody, what does it take for you to understand, like, yeah, this is somebody that I can consider a friend?
Match the vibe. Sometimes you ain't really got to match the vibe. Nowadays, befriend anybody who has common sense, because them the motherfuckers. That shit's superpower nowadays, man. You gotta be a little cautious, and and understand the difference between friend, acquaintance, and then what was it? Friend, acquaintance, close circle, best friend. Understand the levels of that shit. And some people don't. Some people don't draw those don't draw those lines. And obviously, some people will be desperate trying to get friends, and then it blows up in their face, thinking that everybody's their fucking friend and shit like that. And I get it, being cordial and shit like that, but then you get those people who are just like, oh yeah, well he said, she said, he said, I heard, and next
That
thing you
she
know,
said she's gonna get on my nerves.
next thing you know, that
Oh,
person you thought, the other thing too is that you also need to make sure that you're both on the same page. Right, because you can't be walking around thinking that, oh yeah, it's my person's my close friend, best friend, brother, sister wife type shit. Meanwhile, they're over here just like, I don't fuck with that dude. If when you walk away, they walk. If when y'all walk away, another person is like, yeah, okay, it's like. But
yeah.
then again, you're not gonna see it because it's not in your face. But you got
Mm,
to be careful. Give everybody time. Over time, everybody show the true colors.
yeah. But you're saying like, hey, look, as long as you have common sense, we can work it out.
Yeah, literally. As long as you have competence, you can work that shit out, right? And like with me and Darwin, for instance, right? That um, I've been friends with him since 13, probably 12 or 13. I think I'm gonna say 12. Been friends with him since then. We still talk, And just because his homeboy don't hit you up, every day of the week or every other week, or every other month, don't mean they're not your boy. I can call him up right now and talk about pick up right where we left off at.
True.
Just because they fell off don't mean just because they fell off of your radar don't mean you gotta be like, know about that person. I ain't talked to them in a minute.
Yeah.
No, that's not the kind of relationship that you want. Maybe for the short term, sure. What's the term that they use? A means to an end.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. We all have those relationships in our lives. A means to an end relationship. Once you serve your purpose, you're done. No hard feelings. No harm, no foul. It is what it is. Money or no money. But that's not the one that you want to. When you're having a bad day, who the fuck you gonna call?
Ghostbusters. No, I'm just playing.
Fucking wish. Fucking wish. And they give me a water.
Man. No, because this is like everybody. I took the time to talk to everybody on an individual level. And one thing that I noticed is that everybody had a different answer, right?
But did it make sense?
I mean, to me, it did, right? Because like I know the background stories. I had like conversations with these people and stuff like that, right? And I know like just for some people, whenever they're interpreting things right, I realize how different it all seems to them. You know what I mean? Like Oh man, let me tell you.
I'm gonna say something that's a
What's
little
up?
wild. I wouldn't even say it's wild, but
Yeah, just say it.
most people who have most people who have any kind of religious experience will also understand that the majority. I'm gonna say the majority because I don't know all. Right,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a list, and I can check all the boxes. The majority of all the religions are all saying the same thing.
Be kind and believe in God.
Yeah, despite what the God's name is be kind, believe in God. The only one that doesn't that's from my comprehension of it, that doesn't try to propagate a god or deific being is Buddhism.
Mm. And that's the reincarnation stuff, right?
That's Dharma.
That's Dharma. Oh.
Yeah, Buddhism is more of trying to it's focusing on the self and heightening of the mind,
Oh, okay, okay.
right? But you get those monks and whatnot, kindest people on the planet that I'm aware of.
Gotcha. Um,
Yeah, yeah. So you got that, right?
mm-hmm.
Um, I should probably fact check myself, but I'm not gonna sit here and do that. But
Hey, look, somebody in the comments will.
effectively, I guess. But effectively, you know, myself and the other people who have sat down to have these conversations and asked them, assuming the same questions, it's all probably like it's saying the same thing. Just a matter of how you're interpreting it being said.
Mm-hmm. Because one thing that I realized, right, is that
Did I
um,
miss?
like, when people
Oh
watch
no,
the
I got it.
video, they'll see like how each conversation went. But one thing that I realized, right, is that when I'm talking to y'all in a group and when I'm talking to y'all like on individual levels, y'all answers like kind of vary. You know what I mean? Kind of like you're almost tailored towards the individual that you're talking to.
Have to. That's a matter of understanding who you're talking to.
I mean, yeah, but then at the same time, I feel like that's kind of wrong and disingenuous because at that point in time period, you're not saying like what's truly on your mind or how you want to say it because you understand that you're talking to a certain audience. So it's better for you to say it this way.
I do that sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
I do that sometimes, but I think that comes around to like being. I mean, everybody's different, right? Everybody handles people differently,
Mm-hmm.
right? But excuse me. But you know, we all have those people who are just like, okay, well, we like keeping that person around. That person is not bad, so let's tailor the conversation this way, or let's say this instead of that.
Mm-hmm.
We all headphones are dying. We all have those kinds of people.
Yeah. Are you back yet, Guy? All right, we're back up and running.
Technical issues. It's all right.
It's okay. We're gonna splice it together. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I forgot where I left off at. Oh, right.
Uh,
Something about right. I said we have those people who we tailor our conversations around. and then we have those who we don't. Despite what ring of friendship we keep them in, they can be your closest friends. But regardless of them being your closest friends, you're gonna say certain things around different people. Like my conversations with you will not be the same that I have with Josh or Chris, like the boys called me before this.
Mm-hmm.
My conversations with you are generally not going to be the same, and that's more along the lines of like boundaries, right? Like I can say some off the wall shit to them, and then they're gonna be like, I know, f you, blah blah blah. I say some shit. I can say some off the wall shit to you, and I'll
I'm gonna
get
punch you.
yeah, from the kneecaps, right?
Yep.
Right? Or if I say something zesty, you'll be like, all right, well, just mute me for like an hour or whatever. Or if I say something zesty to them, they'll just tell me, oh, he's doing his shit. They'll be like, whatever.
Bruh.
No,
I'm
but
not
again,
going with this shit, bro.
you gotta respect, you gotta respect the boundaries sometimes.
Yeah. That's all right. Because when we meet up, I'm gonna make sure that I like bend the knees a little bit, stretch them out. I'm just uppercut you from the soul.
It's gonna be like show where you can. But yeah, it's all stuff. It's really all just a matter of
perspective.
Yeah. Right. Like I could be saying this, and I know they can be. And one person can understand what I'm saying, what I'm trying to get at. Another person can probably be like, "Oh, he just said don't respect boundaries. Oh my goodness!" But like, how many times people will be clipping stuff that out of context nowadays, which is dangerous. Like, that's like, oh no, people are complaining CNN for doing that exact same thing, and now what happens? Oh, now it's okay because we get paid for it because of the views, and now we're suddenly influencers. But it's all right. It's okay, but it wasn't okay when CNN did it. But it's all right.
Oh man, I don't know.
I get it. Clicks and views pay the bills, right?
True. But another.
That's why I don't. That's why I don't mess with. I'm gonna leave the names out of this. But some websites.
Yeah.
Some gaming websites and whatnot. The amount of times I've read the same thing with different clickbaity titles.
Oh yeah.
And they'll give you a title to like kind of help to give you like they'll give you a title to paint the narrative in your head, and then they'll spend the next 3 pages not even really answering the question, but then they get one sentence somewhere and that kind of points to what the title was talking about. I hate that crap.
I understand that.
I've been trying to purge my life of doom scrolling. That's hard. I don't know what happened between 2018 and now. Like
Corona, everybody started staying indoors, and then less human interactions, right? For those couple of years, ended up causing everybody to kind of forget what it means to, like, shake a hand and say that, everything's going to be all right to a stranger.
I'm talking about doom scrolling.
Yeah, you're talking about doom scrolling, but I'm saying like that is like an after effect of it. You know what I mean?
I guess.
Because you're witnessing people online doing these terrible things to people and making money, making more money than the people who are doing the right thing. And so I can't really blame people for doing the things that they're doing right. Well, I can blame them, but I feel like at the same time, it's kind of like, I don't know. Like, I get it, but I don't understand at the same time. Like, where's your self-restraint?
You want the answer to that? Wait, I got. You want the answer to that?
Let me hear it, because you chuckling
whatever,
about it.
Whatever the terms of service say. Whatever the terms of service say. Because as soon as Twitch allows you to show boobies, as soon as Twitch put it in their TO in the terms of service that now they allow boobies to this. Hold on. Twitch's policy on. Twitch's policy on nudity and attire has been updated to prohibit implied nudity while streaming. Streamers who identify as women are not allowed to show their nipples or underbust, and all streamers must cover their genital area extending from the waist to the bottom of the pelvis and buttocks.
See,
I'm trying to find it because I remember when this thing happened. I was like, it's all going to hell.
yeah, that's when they did the swimming pool thing, and then they had to start cracking down on that.
You with Amaranth?
Not just Emirates. There was like a whole like women in bikinis on Twitch.
I only remember Amaranth's thing. That was because algorithms.
Yeah, but it wasn't just her. It was a lot of women just
Yo,
hopping.
speaking of algorithms, let me get this one out. I'm sorry. Let me get this one out.
Go ahead.
If you ever want to know about the kind of person that you're hanging around, just wait until an ad pops up on their phone. If you ever want to know, just wait for an ad to pop up, or because this is a fun one. Let's say you're at your boy's house watching TV. You thinking everything's all good and y'all watching Roku, whatever the case is, and internet stuff. Something a little off comes up on the commercial. Ask that nigga some questions.
Nah, I'm
Because
good.
the way the data pack is, especially if you're on their modem, ask some questions.
No, because I have an ad blocker, so I don't even know what's gonna pop up on mine. I'm gonna just be honest with you.
I'm talking about. That's why I said on TV. And you're sitting there watching Roku or like Amazon Prime now, because now you can't get away from the commercials without taking their upgraded tier, which is freaking stupid.
Yeah, that is dumb as hell.
Oh my goodness, that whole thing. And I just saw something on Black Mirror that was like similar to that. The first episode of Black Mirror kind of went over the same similar situation where their premium tier suddenly became their common tier. They kept on raising the prices. But Black Mirror is that's a mental trip and a half. All right, I'm gonna let you speak because.
No, you're good. This whole entire thing is not about like my opinion. It's about the pain of the people that's around me. You know, so that's why I'm not gonna talk much. I'm gonna kind of just help guide the conversation, right? But the majority of the time, I just kind of want to hear your perspective and just let you talk. You know, let you talk in a comfortable environment. That's all.
Okay. Well, my number one opinion for young men:
Sure. Go ahead and tell me.
don't have kids until you're financially stable.
Oh man.
Don't have kids until you can go 6 months of not of being like, oh, all right.
This man. Oh, here's another question for you then. In our relationship, right? Just between like me and you.
All right.
What do you think is lacking?
Lacking?
Yeah. If you need like an example, I can tell you that.
Oh, I got something. I'm just trying to word it right in my head.
Man, just say it.
Because it wasn't. Because I was gonna say business etiquette, but it wasn't business etiquette because we can have conversations on a professional level. So that's not the point that I'm trying to get to. It's
the motivation to do it.
Not the motivation to do it, because that's tied into a kiosk of other things. But the the time to set aside to go over the talks revolving around profit, which is why I didn't want to say business etiquette, because that was never the case.
Yeah.
But yeah, that just a matter of organizing the time, which is difficult, getting the varied lifestyles you and I lead.
Oh, I understand that. Man, I didn't heard it all. But one thing that I can sum it all up to, just from like all three of us, or all three of y'all that I have talked to, y'all just have one complaint for the most part. You know what that is?
Kids. No, because she got
Nah,
kids.
it's time, bruh.
Oh, yeah.
People basically, everybody hangs out with me. Your only major complaint is like you just don't have enough time to do the things that you want to do.
Nope. Nope. I can go down the laundry list of things that I'm working on. I can go down that thing, And granted, you can always focus on one. And listen, I think I'm pretty certain. I mean, I have like bipolar, schizophrenic, some other kind of shit going on in my head, because getting me to sit down and do anything for more than an hour is hard, and I don't understand why. Again, I can say it's probably ADD, ADHD, or some shit like that, or it's another fun thing, because I was talking to homegirl about this a year ago. Me and her were talking about it. I think you were in the chat too.
Probably.
Um, about how modern day social media programs us to only be interested in what gives us the instant gratification, that rush of dopamine, whatever you want. She said something about serotonin or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a biologist or a meteorologist. but yeah, just how you scroll, you get that dopamine hit, like wow, haha, you're not really laughing, but you get the same rush. On to the next one. That doesn't do it. That doesn't do it. Oh, there's one. Okay, on to the next one, and then you try to do some shit to sit down to do something that doesn't give you that same rush. Your brain turns off. Your brain and your interests, and then you're just like, oh, okay, this is slow, this is boring. And it's weird, because now I wouldn't say it's weird, but in a lot of cases the boring shit is what'll make you happy when you get through the boring shit and then the results come.
I can see that.
Granted, you have people online who out there, having a blast making what they're making, like Jamal the Creative and his wife. They make amazing content, and they have a blast doing it. Like, I just saw that they're behind the scenes on one of their videos, and I love watching this stuff. They look like they have fun doing it. Like, I forget her name. She's just a free bird, and Jamal, they make such a good dynamic,
Mm-hmm.
and they love doing what they do, and they make money doing what they do. Granted, I would like to be playing games to make money, but for some strange reason, where I live right now doesn't support the upstream, oddly. Because I'm not running. I tried running that power. That Ethernet cable. I bought it. I tried it, and my stuff, my up and downstreams tanked.
Really?
But I think that's probably because of the cord that I was using, and I'm just not buying another, like, a more expensive one.
I don't know. Something seems off.
I'm pretty sure it was just the cord, because the cord that I bought was thin, and it they said that it supported a gigabyte, but I'm just like, my Amazon wording it's not always truthful.
You're not wrong on that one.
Yeah, especially private seller stuff. Anything from like Amazon Basics, I expect that to be 100% accurate. Anything that's like from like Ujandu, whatever, or like someone, or like someone that's like a child scribbled on their keyboard. I don't expect good quality, 100% accuracy to the product description. If I do get it, cool. If I don't, should do better and bought more expensive stuff. Bought the higher tier stuff.
I understand that.
Yeah. Next question.
No, that's really it. That's all that I talked to everybody about. So unless you have a certain topic, we can keep on going.
Spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel. All right.
I ain't got no more topics right now.
All right, then we're just gonna call it here, and I'm gonna just use the footage. Thank you for your time, Kai. It was fun talking to you.
Are you on Sea of Thieves? Just
Yeah.
like cruising the ocean?
Yeah, someone seeing these cruising the ocean.